You know it? तू शम मेरी सालत है, आलम तेरा परवाना, तू माहे नबूवत है, ये जलवा है जाना ना. Everybody, या मुस्तफा, या मुस्तफा, या मुस्तफा, या मुस्तफा, दुनिया में मुझे अपना तुमने जो बनाया है. What did I say? You don't have to look for him on Yawm al-Qiyamah. He will look for you. Why? Because you love him without seeing him. दुनिया में मुझे अपना तुमने जो बनाया है, महशर में भी कह देना ये है मेरा दीवाना. जो साकिए कौसर के चेहरे सनकाब उठे, हर दिल बने में खाना, हर आंखों हो बेमाना. सफरे या मुस्तफा, या मुजतबा, या मुस्तफा, या सुभान अल्लाह. और पीने को तो पी लूंगा. You see, I want to say this because our Sheikh Abdul Latief was a lover of Abdul Qadir Jilani, and so are we, lovers of Abdul Qadir Jilani radiyallahu ta'ala. You know what the Shairi says? He says, if you want to give me the spiritual medicine, I'll take it on two conditions. What are the conditions? You see, when a baby is sick, if the mother tries to give the baby medicine, the baby will spit it out. What you will say? Go take it to Dadi. The baby only takes the medicine from Dadi's hand. So the Shair says, I'll take the medicine on two conditions. That the person who's giving me the medicine must be Khaja Garib Nawaz. And it must be coming from the chemist of Ghaus Azam Dastagir. पीने को तो पी लूंगा, पर शर्त जरा सी है, अजमेर का साकी हो, बगदाद का मैं खाना. और सरकार मदीना की उल्फत में जो मरते हैं, सरकार मदीना की उल्फत में जो मरते हैं, अल्लाह के वो बंदे जिंदा है मज़ारों में. तू शम मेरी सालत है, आलम तेरा परवाना, तू माहे नबूवत है, ए जलवा है जाना ना. I have barely started and my time was almost climaxed. I want to say shukran jazeel to Khalifa Shabir. Alhamdulillah, he's given me at least 5 minutes more of oxygen into my body. You know, they say about oxygen, about life. Life can never be measured by the number of breaths that we take. Life can never be measured by the number of breaths that we take, but rather by the moments that take our breath away. That is the reality. Because you know why? Blind is not the man who has lost his eyesight, but rather the one who has lost his insight. Blind is not the one who's lost his eyesight, but the one who's lost his insight. We as human beings, we will figure 1,000 good deeds for one bad deed, but Allah will figure 1,000 bad deeds just for one good deed. We have become good lawyers for our own mistakes, but excellent judges for other people's mistakes. And this is why we need to have the awliya in our lives. You know why? They don't see how many thousands of mistakes you made. They don't judge you. They don't look at you disdainfully. They look at you and say you are a bandar of Allah. This is why the awliya have earth-like hospitality. Why do I say earth-like hospitality? When garbage is thrown on the ground, any garbage, the earth turns it and make it into greenery. The awliya, any person can come into their darbar. They don't chase them out and rebuke them. They give them and they still give up to this day. hospitality. And this is why I say Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, Qaddasallahu Sirrahul Aziz. What a beautiful incident, one incident in his life. And I'll try and conclude. Why do we need to put our hand in the hand of a sheikh? Why is it so important in this Google age generation that we live in? Some people ask, "Ye Peer Muridi kaha se aaya hai?" Where did this come from? India and Pakistan? I don't have the time, but read the Quran. Allah says in the Quran, "Inna alladhina yubayyi'unaka innama yubayyi'una Allah yadullahi fawqa aydihim." That when the Sahaba put their hand in the hand of the Nabi, what did Allah say? Those who put their hand in your hand has only put their hand in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. Indeed, the hand of Allah is above all their hands. Another subject matter for another time and another place and another day. But you see, I want to tell all the youth and the children, which I said many, many years ago when Hazrath was alive. If you want to strengthen your iman in this age and time, don't pick up any book to try and look at strengthening your iman. Reading is good. Read the Quran. How do you strengthen your iman? Look at 3 numbers on a clock. What are the 3 numbers on the clock? Number 11, number 12, and number 1. Number 11's duty is to take the clock to number 12. Number 12's duty must take the clock to number 1. If you put your hand in the hand of Abdul Qadir Jilani, when you put your hand in the hand of a sheikh, he takes your hand and puts it in the hand of Abdul Qadir Jilani. When you put your hand in the hand of Abdul Qadir Jilani, who stands for 11 Yarvi Wala, he will take your hand and put the hand of the Nabi Muhammadur Rasulullah Barbi Wala. And when your hand is in the hand of Barbi Wala, number 12, he will show you the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, Qaddasallahu Sirrahul Aziz, is delivering a discourse in the Jamia Masjid in Baghdad. Can you imagine one of his muridin fall off to sleep? Can you imagine if I am lecturing to you here and somebody falls off to sleep or even starts yawning? It's a message for me. Abdul, please close your talk. You're putting people off to sleep. So you see, I always tell my audience that if you yawn, it's an indication I'm boring you. But if you are married and you are yawning, I'll excuse you, because it's probably the only time you're allowed to open your mouth. Anyway, Hazrat Abdul Qadir al-Jilani radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he sees this murid, Hazrat Shaykh Ali ibn al-Hayyati radiyallahu ta'ala, fell off to sleep. What does he do? He stops his lecture. He descends the mimbar Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He comes in front of Shaykh Ali ibn al-Hayyati. Shaykh Ali ibn al-Hayyati opens his eyes, sees the master standing in front of him. Standing in front of him, he stands up. "I beg your forgiveness, my master." What did Abdul Qadir Jilani radiyallahu ta'ala tell him? He says, "Koi baat nahi ya Ali, ghabrane ki koi baat nahi." He says, "Don't despair, don't become saddened, don't tremble." He says, because if you were seeing the Nabi in your dream right now, I was seeing him standing physically next to you. Can you understand 11, 12, 1? Why he put his hand in the hand of Abdul Qadir Jilani? Not only spiritually did he reach the Nabi, but Abdul Qadir Jilani brought the Nabi physically in front of him. Can you understand it? And this is why, alhamdulillah, let me conclude by saying, when we saw Sheikh Abdul Latief Rawat alayhi rahmah in the profile picture what Wasim sent me, it is as if he's looking at us with those beautiful eyes of his, penetrating. Where is he sitting? At the mazar of Hazrat Sheikh Ma'ruf Karki radiyallahu ta'ala. Who is he? The Pir Murshid of Hazrat Sirri Sakti. Who is Sirri Sakti? The Pir Murshid of Hazrat Junaid al-Baghdadi radiyallahu ta'ala. Do you know in Baghdad, and I'm going to close with this, I'm ending up with this. In Baghdad, Hazrat Sirri Sakti radiyallahu ta'ala, and this is why we need to have a Pir and a Sheikh in our life for guidance. Sirri Sakti is coming out of the Jamia Masjid. He sees a man intoxicated with alcohol. The man is lying next to a gutter and he's saying, Allah, Allah, Allah. People are walking in this rain. Look at this man. He is intoxicated, but he has the nerve to take the name of Allah. With a filthy mouth, he's taking the pure name of Allah. Everybody is walking. Hazrat Sirri Sakti, a wali of Allah. What did I say? They have earth like hospitality. He picks him up. He washes his mouth. He holds him and takes him to the house, knocks the door, tells the family, put him off to sleep. Hazrat Sirri Sakti goes to his house, 3 o'clock in the morning, plus minus, he comes back to the Jamia Masjid to make his tahajjud salah. He hears some noise. He peeps. Who does he see? He sees the same man who was drunk last night is performing tahajjud salah in the morning. He says, Ya Allah, nobody comes to the Jamia Masjid before me. What did this man do that you brought him here so early to eat tahajjud salah? From the unseen, Hatif-e ghaibi, an inspiration reaches his ears. Oh Sirri, because you cleansed his mouth for my sake last night, I cleansed his heart for your sake this morning. This is what a sheikh does for you. This is what, whether they're living, whether they made parda, they will always have their hand above your head. They will give you that guidance. And this is why I close up in the short talk, and I hope you have appreciated and make dua for me, inshallah. In the short talk, we will dedicate this to Sheikh Abdul Latief Rawat. My mother loves this. My mother, who's in Abu Dhabi, sent me a message yesterday. Have you prepared? Have you packed up? This is a mother's love, alhamdulillah. Why? And I'm telling the youth, as much as you have a sheikh in your life, before you go and kiss your sheikh's hand, remember to kiss your mother's hand first. Remember to kiss your father's hand first. Before you go and kiss Hajar-e-Aswad and you come back from Hajj and tell millions of people, I kiss Hajar-e-Aswad. Hajar-e-Aswad is telling you, before you came and you clamored and you pushed people, did you kiss your mother's hand first before you came to kiss me in Makkatul Mukarramah? And this is why I conclude by saying that we thank our mothers, we thank our fathers. Why? Because if it wasn't for their du'as, I myself won't be sitting on the stage today. Allahu Akbar. Ya Rasulullah Sallallahu. And I loved this man, and he also loved me. So because he was sitting in the mazar of Ma'ruf Karfi, in a Qadri mazar, alhamdulillah, and he went to Junaid Baghdad's mazar, Sirri Sakti, my mother loves this kalam. You will love it, and I dedicate it to him and will conclude. Qadri Astana Salamat Rahe, Qadri Astana Salamat Rahe, Mustafa ka Divana Salamat Rahe, इतरते फातिमा पर उजागर निसार. You know it, please recite with me. इतरते फातिमा पर उजागर निसार, सैयदा का घराना सलामत रहे, सैयदा का घराना मत रहे, मुस्तफा का दीवाना सलामत रहे. And I know people here are very passionate about Karbala. People are very passionate about Imam Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Why? Husaynun minni wa ana min Hussein. Hussein is from me and I am from Hussein. You know in Karbala, you know there's a poet wrote something, कि जन्नत की आरज़ू में कहाँ जा रहे हैं लोग, जन्नत की आरज़ू में कहाँ जा रहे हैं लोग, जन्नत तो करबला में खरीदी हुसैन ने. Where is everybody running after the desire of paradise? That paradise was purchased by one man on the plain of Karbala. जन्नत की आरज़ू में कहाँ जा रहे हैं लोग, जन्नत तो करबला में खरीदी हुसैन ने. दुनिया व आखिरत में जो रहना चैन से, दुनिया व आखिरत में जो रहना चैन से, जीना अली से सीखो, मरना हुसैन से. And can I say something before I close? Can I have the permission to say this? You see, when it comes to Karbala, it's a story that's not only emotion to us Muslims, to non-Muslims. Mahatma Gandhi, Steve Biko, Nelson Mandela. Can you understand? All of these people spoke about Imam Hussein. There were 22,000 on one side against 73. Who speaks about the 22,000? They're not even a footnote in the annals of history. But the 72 plus 1 Imam Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala lives on in the pages of history from then. It lives on now. It will live until Qiyamah and beyond. A Hindu poet Jahil, Hindu, when he read the story of Imam Hussein in India, you know what he wrote? And I'm going to translate, and I know the elders love Urdu. You know what he wrote? कि या हुसैन तेरे गम में ज़माना रोता है, या हुसैन तेरे गम में ज़माना रोता है, निकल के दिन रोता है और चुप के रात रोती है. Ya Hussein, the entire generation cries at the tragedy of what happened to you in Karbala. The sun comes out crying, and in the darkness of the night it still cries. Ya Hussein, तेरे गम में ज़माना रोता है, निकल के दिन रोता है और चुप के रात रोती है. और इतनी रोई है यहाँ के गम में शबीर में आज, इतनी रोई है यहाँ के गम में शबीर में आज. मैं तो हिंदू ही रहा मगर आंखें हुसैनी हो गई. That I am a Hindu, but my eyes became 100% immersed in Husseini. And we're going to give azan now. We're going to give Maghrib azan. Let me say this before we conclude, and I've been concluding from a long time, I know that. But Alhamdulillah, I don't know when else I'm going to come to Cape Town, but let me say it, inshallah, in my rounding up. You see, the Shair ultimately says, Khuda ke deen ki kitni ajab kahani hai, कि दीन मुस्तफ़ा पे आज तक जवानी है. How strange is this religion of Islam? After 1400 years, it's still an evergreen religion. खुदा के दीन की कितनी अजब कहानी है कि दीन मुस्तफ़ा पे आज तक जवानी है. और मस्जिदों में अजान की सदाएं आती है, और मस्जिदों में अजान की सदाएं आती है, या अली ये तेरे ही बच्चों की मेहरबानी है. If it wasn't for the sacrifice of your children, Ya Ali, then there would be no azan resonating from any masjid in the world. But it's because of the sacrifice of your children, Ya Ali, that we have azan resonating 24 hours of the day throughout the world. This is why we say, के गैब से करबला में ये आई सदा, गैब से करबला में ये आई सदा, फातिमा का घराना सलामत रहे, फातिमा का घराना सलामत रहे. And for us, what is it for us when we love this family? ये नकीरें बोले मुझे कब्र में, ये नकीरें बोले मुझे कब्र में, मुस्तफ़ा का दीवाना सलामत रहे, कादरी आस्ताना सलामत रहे. वमा अलैना इल्लल बलाग.
Brothers, I'm sure you will agree with me. Our brother Hafiz, Advocate Riaz, has not failed us. He's inspired me. I'm sure he's inspired everybody. Alhamdulillah. And I promise you, you will be back in Cape Town, inshallah. Inshallah. We need you for our youngsters, so that they can be inspired of joining with the peer and be guided by them, inshallah. I just want to say to the Latief Jamaat, Khalifa Ibrahim, we say shukran for your Jamaat for coming out here today and doing your program. And we wish you and pray that Allah grant you a long life and to continue to bring the youngsters also into your Jamaat, inshallah. We'll have the adhan now. And thereafter the Maghrib Salah, we're having a short central program. And after that, we'll having serving niyaz, inshallah.